everyone, it's Brianna, and this video is going to be about the 5 things you should ask yourself before taking the plunge into law school. So hopefully this video is informative for you guys. Just to get the preliminary things out of the way, I got this sweater from Nordstrom. This shirt that says I am enough is actually a shirt that my aunt makes, and I'm going to put her Instagram information below so you guys can contact her about getting a shirt. Also on my lips I have NYX San Pablo. So now that that's out the way, I'm gonna start with the most basic question, which is why law school? Are you going for the right reasons? Now that's something for you to determine whether or not you think those are the right reasons. Basically, you don't want to go to law school, be in the middle of law school after your first year, not liking it, miserable, and regretting the decision to go to law school. So if your parents and your family or your significant other is forcing you to go to law school, or if you're doing law school because you can't think of anything else to do, this might not be the path for you to take, because there are going to be nights when it's late and you're studying and you don't really have much motivation, and the thing that keeps you going is the reason why you're going to law school. Definitely think about those things before taking the plunge into law school so that you do what's best for you. What is important in making you feel fulfilled in your career? You need to take the path that will give you the most fulfillment. Like for me, helping people, being a prosecutor. For someone else, it might be status. I want nice things. I want the newest BMW every time it comes out. Then you might want to do big law or some other kind of creative way to use your legal degree. Maybe in-house counsel for some big firm or some big company. Something that may be important for you to feel fulfilled in your career is being able to go home and seeing that you don't have to worry about your bills, that you don't have to think about where the money from the next paycheck is going. There are many different reasons. I'm not saying which reasons are good or which reasons are bad, or if there are good or bad reasons. That's for you to decide, but you need to think about where you want to spend your time and what will make you feel happy in your career. Because yes, it might be nice to have a status and it might be nice to have a lot of money, but if you're not happy in the end, if you don't get to the root of what makes you happy in your career, then you're going to burn out, not be able to go complete your work and be as effective as you can, because you don't really you're not into the job that you're in. So the third question that you guys should ask yourself is, how did I do in the LSAT? How did I do in undergrad? What was my GPA? The reason that I'm saying that is because those are probably the 2 most important things, the most influential things on your law school application. So the reason I say that is because if you know sooner rather than later, you need to bust your behind to get the best GPA possible. If you're already in your 4th year and deciding to go to law school, then you need to bust your behind on the LSAT. But the reason I say that is because you have a lot of options. You can do really well on one and not the other, and try to kind of supplement your application and your marketability by doing other extracurricular activities. If you know that your LSAT isn't what it needs to be, or that you're not a great test taker, then you may want to take off a year or a couple of years and go to Kenya for a missionary trip, or for some kind of interesting, one-of-a-kind, unique experience that will give you a leg up in a different area if you don't feel like your LSAT or your GPA are strong. Still bleeds over into why you're going to law school and how you want to be fulfilled. Are you fulfilled by status and by having the best job at your law firm? Because if so, and your LSAT and GPA aren't that great, then you need to try to do other things to get into a great law school. So with those other questions in mind, you need to think about what path you want to take. I know a lot of people don't know in the beginning what they want to do when they go to law school. Again, I I knew exactly what I wanted to do, so it was really easy for me to say, well, every school is going to have a criminal law program. Every school is going to have some sort of opportunity for me to do trial advocacy and other ways to improve on my presentation as an attorney. So any school would have been a great school. I just tried to get into the highest ranked school that I could. Other people may have a specific thing that they want to do. For example, if you want to do tax law, then you want to go to a school that has a tax law clinic. If you really want to do death penalty, then you want to go to a school that has death penalty clinics. If you want to be a prosecutor, just get in-court experience in the kind of curriculum that you want to do. Like I said earlier, big business. If you want to go to a law firm, then you want to go somewhere that has a lot of competitions or a lot of different avenues to try to work on oral advocacy, moot court competitions, any kind of competitions where you can get exposure to different firms. If you know what field that you want to go in, it makes it a lot easier because then you can look at the programs that each school has to offer and then decide based on that. So the fifth question that I think that you should ask yourself when applying to law school is, where do I want to end up? If you have an idea that you want to end up in Baltimore, Maryland, you're going to stay there for the rest of your life, then you should go to a school in that area. It's really just not going to be that advantageous for you to go to school in Wisconsin versus staying in the area where you want to be, making networks, trying to get jobs and things like that in Maryland, because that's where you want to be. So yes, you can do your summers in a firm or in a prosecutor's office or in a tax clinic in Maryland where you're from, but it's easier to make those contacts if you're in Maryland. If you don't know what you want to do, you're really open to everything, I think you should just try to get into the highest ranked program, which should always kind of be your goal. Hopefully these tips were helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. You can leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.